After a relatively straightforward and simple settlement, it's time to take on the sealed forest. Welcome everybody back to Against the Storm. There's not a lot of wiggle room in what we can do, so I will kind of maximize the space as long as I can. It looks like 91, that's good right there. This is gonna be pretty daggum intense. So what we have here is a sealed biome. We complete this sealed biome by reforging the seal over this. By doing so, we extend the time period of the game in between each cycle. So it's a pretty hefty deal. Now, we're gonna look at our additional effects real quick. We have Abysmal Revenge. Woodcutters don't increase hostility, but every 10 felled trees adds 2 hostility points, which means we want to be a little bit precise in what we want to cut down. So that's going to be pretty intense. We have a hidden seal, so we need to find it. We have to look for clues in surrounding glades, which will point us in the right direction. Again, need to be a little careful there. Blueprint given to you by the Queen herself. An ancient structure will allow you to summon aid directly from the Citadel. This is pretty cool. We're going to see if we can take advantage of the beacon tower. And then the flora is bizarrely mutated. Overgrown trees with a lot more resource charges can be found. So it's going to take a little while longer to fell the trees down, which is good, but we have to be mindful of all of that. Lots of natural resources, lots of regular trees. We have an average amount of fertile soil. There we go, 16% increase to the cycle. So that's going to be a very, very big deal. Now, in terms of the critters that we want to have, we definitely want some beavers. Now, again, we don't want to overfell trees. So we do kind of want a balance. That being said, we can get 10 beavers here. We can add 2, and we could start out with 15. I think that's a little excessive, but I do like the idea of having 12 of them. So we are going to roll with beavers because they do a lot of things that could really help us. Now, the real question is, what do we do over here that will help us the most? So as with anything, we know we're getting beavers, so we're going to kind of cater to them. That only gets us 1 full house, which is a little bit, sucks a little bit, but that's okay. Now, as for what else we could get, we only have 5 embarkation points. You know what? We are going to go with some villagers. I don't care. That's a really easy embarkation point to take and utilize very, very well. We'll go with some wood. And at this point, we really can't do anything else outside of, yeah, we'll go ahead and get some stones, maybe. Let's just roll with some extra food. All right, hopefully this is good for us. Yes, sealed forest, your mere presence will trigger the end of the cycle. Absolutely. I'm really excited for this. We have to do a minimum of Viceroy. That's the lowest we can do. We need to name our settlement. We're going to name it the Sealed Ones. Again, everything's going to actually like reset after the cycle, so it doesn't really matter, but you know what? We'll do something a little mysterious. Let's dive in. All right, and here we go. Increases the speed at which traders arrive by 300%. Wow, that's going to be really fast. That's going to actually be super useful. Same, the Looming Darkness always remains. Gathering speed is decreased by 50% at tier 2. Tier 3, when a villager leaves or dies, 2 blight resists appear. That sucks. Global food production is slowed by 15% for each hostility level, which means by this point it's slowed by 45%. And then for this, if we don't have housing and services, they have a 50% chance of consuming double the amount of food during a break. Not the end of the world, but not too terrible either. Okay, so we have to be really mindful of where we are going to go. There's a lot more dangerous glades in here, so I think we're going to aim for some smaller ones first. And see if that gives us a direction to point in, or maybe once we get a little more comfortable with ourselves, we may go into here. But look at these massive trees. These are absolutely ginormous, and we don't start with that big of a space. However, we do start with 3 sets of resources, which is awesome. Let's take a look at our reputation bonuses. It looks like we've got some biscuits, we've got pie, we've got some jerky overall. But in terms of crossing, we only have education. So we could, that wouldn't really benefit us. A supplier would be great. Planks aren't awesome, but they're not terrible either. Biscuits and pie though, we can make both of these as long as we made flour. So the question is, do we go for the bakery and hope we get a supplier? Or do we go for the supplier knowing that we can make flour? Nah, we're gonna go with the bakery because look at that, we could get a supplier. It's meant to be, and this is even more meant to be. We're gonna go with the small farm because that allows us to get grain to make flour. We have our entire production line for our services for our refined foods, which is great. We have our beacon tower, ancient structure, which can help us. Let's go ahead and get it built. I don't exactly remember what it all does, but that's okay. We have a lot of beaver houses that we can cater to, but we could also get our lizards and our harpies, which tend to be a little more sensitive anyways. We can get them both rolling. So that's what we're going to start out with. Like we've done this before, because I think it's a really good strategy overall to really cater to the, I don't want to call them weaker races, but they are a little more fragile for sure. And then like normal, we're going to set up 2 of these bad boys, kind of like that. And we're going to let these guys rumble in the jungle. It looks like we start out with, oh, we have 4 negative effects. I got you. Sweet. They are building this up like madmen. Let's just get a few people in here. We have the beavers and our fire keepers. Fuel consumption of the hearts is decreased. Let's go with this guy. Lizard fire keepers are very adept at ancient rites. Let's take a look at the harpies. Global carrying capacity is increased by 5. We're going to go with this. This gives us a little bit of a boost that we could really use. We are going to have to be careful. I want to be very, very intentionally mindful of how many trees that we cut down. We got a harpy over there. What are we waiting for here? Oh, it looks like we overextended our fabric. Let's take a look at our cornerstone though. Travel costs on trade routes is reduced by 1. I always love going for this. However, every time you open or send 2 abandoned caches to the Citadel, you gain 1 resolve. That's going to be a little bit harder. This is going to be better because it reduces our travel costs by a lot. That means if something initially took 1 packs of provisions, it'll take 0, and that'll really jumpstart our production to really push things. So with that in mind, I think we are also going to go ahead and build a trade post just so we can get that rolling. And then we also need to build quite a few houses because, hey, we're not building as much as I thought we would. Wouldn't you know it? We have our orders. All right, produce pipes and deliver pipes or deliver packs of building materials. Packs of building materials because pipes are a little bit harder to produce. Keep lizard resolve above 15 for 30 seconds or upgrade the building geyser pump to level 2. I bet we could push the lizard resolve. We'll still get parts. We'll get a lot of meat too. I think that's beneficial. Have 5 blightroot cysts at the same time would increase corruption resistance. Basket, deliver 40 flour. We're gonna always aim for that anyways, so it might as well be beneficial to push that. Sweet. Our trade routes are up and running, and this is what I mean. Look at that. Takes 0 packs of provisions. We could sell 30 of these and it will take 0 packs of provisions. That is incredible. I won't say it's an exploit in the negative sense, but it is really going to help us a ton. Last but not least, let's take a look at the beacon tower. A special delivery, all buildings using fertile soil produce 50% more goods. Oh, wow. Oh, I see. So this is probably like the rarity. Never mind. So that's pretty good. Yeah, we're definitely going to want to do that. But it only lasts 3 seasons, so we need to make sure we have it on while, you know, when we actually have a farm. Song of Haste. Global production is 50% faster for the duration of the season. Oh, these are all great. Hostility is decreased by 100% for the duration of the season. This is awesome. Scouts work 50% faster. Cool. All right, well, we don't really have anything to trade. I just wanted to get this initiated. That being said, we could use that to get our last little thing going. We have loads of eggs. That's an easy trade for me. I don't want to get biscuits or anything that might make them a little too hasty, but I think we can make some easy from other production-minded things going, and then they'll be able to actually build this, which will boost. Look at that. Our harpies are already boosted way above their normal, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and cut into a dangerous glade. I simply want to do that because we need to get directions on where to go next. All right, our first ancient glade. Our dangerous glade has been opened, which gives us a lot of good stuff. For instance, we know now that the guidance stone is pointing this direction. So odds are it's in this dangerous glade, which means we need to cut through these 2 sets in order to do that, which we could totally do. But this is the cool thing about this map type is that we got to figure out where it is first, and then we can go in and do all the things. Now, we have a lot of stuff here, which means we could get our small farm up and running. We'd have to clear out this set of trees, which I'm more than happy to do. And then we also have our first dangerous glade event. We get training gear, ancient tablets, and boxes of crystallized dew, or we could use tools. We can't do that. So unfortunately, if they can get there fast enough, we'll be okay. But the question is, can they get there fast enough? These are beavers, mind you. So we have 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Yep. go ahead and investigate. That puts us at hostility level 4, which means we could have some really big problems here in a little bit, but that's okay. We've also got the clan, which means we get 2 lizard, and we get a reputation bonus. So we're already on our way pretty daggum well. Now, in terms of what we want here, I haven't seen any giant resource nodes, but I will say that if we were to encounter giant meat ones, I always regret never getting the trappers camp. So we may have to go with the big giant trappers camp. I think that's probably the best benefit. We can already use that here, so that's also beneficial. We have some lizards, which is a specialization. In terms of this, let's go ahead and get that since it doesn't cost us anything. And we're pretty well on our way, honestly. We're gonna go ahead and cut into this because we do need to find our people and their stuff and where to go. And then a nice garden here. All right, we're headed in the right direction. We got our waystone. It's saying go here. I can't imagine that this wouldn't be right here. It would really suck if it's back here, but typically they're not that crazy in that regard. So we're gonna be okay. We're gonna definitely push it right there and we'll be good. Now we still have 3 people left. We can do lots of things. We need to push that up. And we got our tier 2, which means we get that +2 to global resolve, which is gonna help us a lot. Do that. What do we got going on here? Oh, nice. They finished it already. Fantastic. Way to go, guys. I appreciate it a lot. We don't have enough veggies or berries or roots or mushrooms at the moment. That doesn't help us, unfortunately. We're here just so I can build some roads because I enjoy my roads. And it looks like we have the plague of mosquitoes. Sky turns black with a swarm of mosquitoes. Bitten villagers can't focus on work. Global production speed is reduced. Holy Moses. Okay. All right, that's a thing that happens. Beans, that's not fun. And then we're gonna get a small farm. We'll sacrifice 1 area there and we'll be good. All right, we're gonna handle this with ease. That's not gonna be a problem. And this is what part of the seal is about. It's crumbling, releasing new plagues every single storm. So we have to be really mindful of what goes on. All right, our first storm is done for, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and risk things for a biscuit just to get a little bit of extra gold. What do we want? I think we do want some harpies. That's going to get us some grain, some pipes, which we can always use, and some amber, which is always fantastic. And now, let's see. Every glade event solved by making a decision towards empathy lowers hostility. Production speed is 33% faster. I want to do this because we already have a 300% boost, right? Yeah, it's up here. The speed at which traders arrive is increased by 300%. So we could increase global production speed and only reduce the trader to 250%. Oh no, that's terrible. That's actually really, really beneficial. So let's go ahead and do that. Awesome. Pretty simple solution for us. Now, as for beavers and people, we need to slap a couple of beavers in there. We're working on gathering some sea marrow, and we may want to go ahead and push a small warehouse here to really speed up the production so they aren't having to walk, you know, a mile and a half just to get to where they need to go. There we go. That was built super fast. Wow. And yeah, we have lots of solutions for lots of all of our problems. Old Farloof. What can I interest you in, sir? Or what can you interest me in? Villagers move 10% faster on roads. Every time you open or send an abandoned cache to the Citadel. What we do need is we need 5 tools. That's going to be pretty expensive. We're going to go ahead and gather enough wood to cover half of those costs. Crystallized dew is actually worth quite a bit as well. Yeah, well, that's actually probably a resource that we could benefit from ourselves. Let's roll with, we always need extra pipes as well. I think that's a beneficial trade. I do like the idea of packs and goods produce 33% faster. But I mean, if we look at our trade routes, very few of them require anything, so we don't really need to focus too much on it, I don't think. That's a pretty good trade. That's going to allow us to open this cache and send it to the Citadel. So we're definitely going to do that and not worry about much else. New orders. All right, we need to fulfill jerky and have a harpy house, or we can deliver 5 packs of building materials and 5 packs of crops. Let's see. 3 resolve to harpies. That's awesome. 5 new harpies and baskets of goods. We're going to go ahead and roll with that one. I don't know how we'll be able to fulfill that just yet, but we'll get it figured out. Sacrifice 40 oil. 40. Yeah, that's not happening as much as I love the ancient artifacts. That's super helpful and beneficial. It's not going to do anything for me. Complete 2 events by making the decision of empathy. That would actually be a good solution. Delivering 65 roots is not something that we can guarantee, but we can probably guarantee. I think that's something that's doable. And then we're going to go ahead and start working on our production mind. We're going to get a supplier because we do have, or at least we will have, a good amount of grain to use, along with some veggies, but the veggies aren't that, because remember, we're wanting to try and get it here as fast as possible. We're at year 2, and we haven't really done a whole lot in retrospect. So these guys are going to use grain and roots. Them there, they can make some planks for sure. We're not going to use water skins at the moment, although we definitely could. In terms of everything else, we have ample room for a harpy. We're going to do another harpy house. We're going to do another lizardman house, and that's going to get us above our requirements for everyone being housed. Well, sure. Yeah, that's rolling pretty solidly. We've got actually a pretty daggum good run, and we found it. I figured, I guaranteed that this was where it was, but welcome to the Ancient Seal. Seal opens, unleashing vengeful monstrosities. We have the Plague of Malady. Villagers take 50% longer rest, 100% higher of consuming goods. All right, so basically what we have to do here is we have to go through all of these steps. So we can either acquire this, we can open or send caches, or install 8 rain engines in production buildings. So we really have to be mindful of how quickly we do these. And then after obtaining a guardian part, you'll be able to choose an epic cornerstone from the seal keeper. So we really need to do that. So we have the heart of the guardian, the life essence, the blood, and the feathers of the guardian. So as you can see here, this is giving us basically all the things we have to do. Now this is also a dangerous glade event, so we have to still do all the mindful things. I really think we could try and shoot for this. We need a converted totem. We're gonna go ahead and raise a little bit of impatience to call Sother the Ancient, because we do need to work on that ancient, or not the ancient seal, but this rain spirit totem, because it'll also decrease our stuff. So that's all really good. Cool. Open or send caches. We need to, that's the thing, we can open or send them. So either way, we're gonna get some benefits. I don't have any more tools, so we are going to, oh, it doesn't count that one. That's lame. Do we have any caches in here? It means we're going to have to start breaking open some caches. But we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go here. That's going to give us some great boosts to our people anyways, so I'm all for it. And then we're going to break this one open as well, because it gets us lots of goodies to really boost our overall happiness. I'm okay with that. We do need to install rain engines everywhere we are, because that could be another way that we could do it. But we're not going to do that just yet. All right, so I think we can already do this. We're not going to do it during this season, but we do have scrolls. Nothing consumes the scrolls. Yeah, that's actually pretty darn cheap overall. So we're going to go ahead and get, we'll go ahead and get all 50 of them. I don't really mind. We can do that. We're going to reduce the storm's duration. We are going to, yeah, I don't think we'll have to worry about that so much. We do need some flour to start working on our baked goods. And we are going to need some more, we're going to need some more pipes if we want to attain some of the other things. Let's go ahead and get a lot of fabric as well. Is that going to cost everything? That is going to cost everything. I think it's totally worth it. We're not going to do that. Please don't use up those scrolls. Please, in the name of everything holy, don't use up those scrolls. All right, and then in terms of what we need for our upgrade, we need is just one couple of benches there. Our stone cutter has no deposits. That's not a problem at all. And just like over there, we're going to go ahead and drop a warehouse, I think. All right, so we have our first ordeals that we have to get through. It'll all be good. It'll be a little bit iffy, but I think we'll be all right for sure. All right, and then let's see. Global production is 50%. Trade routes are 100% faster. Hostility decreased. What do we got? Gathering speeds decreased as well. So our woodcutters don't actually negate or increase our hostility. Remember, it's the trees that have been felled, etc., etc. So we'll be all right there, I think. We don't need to sell any of those goods, but we can go ahead and start working on a... All right, Beaver's resolve. Everyone's resolve is running a little bit low. Another farm if we wanted to, but we are running out of... We're kind of out of people at the moment, so... Oh my word, we're not getting any more abandoned caches. You got to be flipping, flapping, kidding me. I really don't think having the ore is going to be beneficial. We do get a cornerstone. Scouts work 10% faster on glade events for every firekeeper. The Ancient Heart's resistance is increased by 400. We get 3 mushrooms for every 10. Yeah, this is what we're going to do. because we're already getting grain and stuff like that, so we might as well utilize it. And then we don't have anyone to use there, but that's okay. We're just super duper close to this, but we do have to find more dadgum caches in order to utilize it. So that sucks. That sucks right now. But hopefully we can get some sort of cache figured out, make it worthwhile, and get that first seal done. So we're gonna go into a dangerous glade. Yes, we're gonna go into our next dangerous glade, but we want to make sure that we only have a single line there, so we're not over. We do need some gold. Do they have enough flour? They do have enough flour. Okay, that's all right. No worries there. We'll be okay. We'll be close to that. New villagers. This is what we need, and we'll go ahead and roll with those guys. Let's get another small farm in. Unfortunately, we can't utilize, humans, which is the best people to work on for this stuff, but it's okay. Still be able to get that resource thing going. And as long as we can make pies, nice. We have the ability to make pies. Be a little bit iffy for biscuits. We have plenty of stuff to make. All right, so we got those guys. Great. Let's go ahead and start burning this, performing the ritual, excuse me. That's going to decrease hostility as well. Yeah, we'll be right as rain. We're good. All right, we're actually not going to employ this yet because we have an order to give some basic, we need flour, basically. We're going to worry about that. Harvester no longer has anywhere to go. We're going to remove you from office, good sir. We're going to slap 2 of you beavers down in that sector. Once these guys are done collecting all of their goods, they'll be able to do that as well. And I'm wondering, we can kind of get in there all the way and do that stuff. Old Farloof, okay, what do you got? That's not super important for us. We do have our ancient tablets, but those sell for a really pretty penny on the trade market. We just have to be able to get there. I have 10 buckaroonies left. 10 buckaroonies. I could probably use some planks. Yeah, let's go ahead and get planks for now. We're running a little iffy on the whole trade market thing. That's okay. Are we already starting on this? Okay, no. So we can't even trade the remainder of our scrolls yet. Sucks a little bit, but we'll be. There's our orders for basic ingredients. That's gonna knock down our patience, which is something super duper needed. And we get a clothier, but I don't have a way. You know what? That'll be okay. We're gonna do a clothier. We'll find a way, even if we have to utilize the really crappy makeshift or the really crappy crude workstation. I really hate using these guys, but we may not really have a choice. So now we can employ our bakers. I'm going to focus on these in equal measure, and then we'll be right as rain from them. And that should really give a good boost to our people as well. So really looking forward to how this is going to turn out. Yep, he's going to go out and hang out and do whatever he wants to do. New orders as well. Use clearance water. We haven't really done anything that utilizes it, but this is a little bit unobtainable already. We already have farm fields. Okay, so we will go after crops. Perfect. Okay. Our next glade's been opened up. We can fix this. Extracts moisture from the soil, converts it to clearance water. We don't have the production, but we also can't burn it down yet. That sucks. Okay, so we need to hurry. We did have a geyser over here. We need to get that made very, very quickly. Barrels, pottery, and water skins. We can make water skins. We can actually make a lot of water skins. Okay. Nope, we're gonna do this. We're gonna set this up as the highest. This clearance water, that's storm water. Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and dedicate 2 people to this because I want to be able to do it immediately, because this will destroy everything within 5 farm fields, and we don't want that. So we're gonna make those guys focus on that. We don't have a cash reserve enough, so we're going to break this open, and we don't have anyone else at the moment, but we will get someone. And then we do need to build a couple of what I basically call there, and we're gonna build another house right here for now. What we need to do is I need to decrease the people in a couple of other places. They are still working on gathering their stuff. They'll be done in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They're working on their own thing. I don't know why you're making pottery. I asked you to make something different. You know what? Let's just do this for now. All right, you guys got to get to work. Get to work real fast. Investigate that so we can get our first of our ancient seals done. Got our geyser pump. We're always going to pump people into here. The woodcutters camp no longer has places. That's okay. That's all right for now. What we do probably need to start doing is going ahead and thinking about a secondary place so we can kind of double up on the resolve stuff. So I will kind of say, hey, clear this stuff out because we could really use it. Over here, we do need to start taking the benefit of all of our extra resources. They're going to work on water skins. Yes, they are. And now we don't really need to worry about drizzle water, but if we have anything that benefits from it, I don't think we do at the moment. We don't have any tech. Oh, it's drizzle water. Perfect. Nice. Now, again, that means we're going to have to worry about white rot cysts here in just a little bit. But our wood production is doing well enough that I don't think it's an issue. All right. For one, we have done this, but we've also done the heart of the forest. Okay. Still have a long ways to go. I get it. The Plague of Darkness, Storm Season is 100% longer, and Sacrificing Goods is banned. That really sucks. But what do we need to do here? Standing level 2 with 3 settlements on trade routes. Earn 5 reputation points from events. Or earn 6 reputation points from resolve. Oh, sweet mother of everything holy. Holy cannoli. Okay, so we do need to start. Okay. Why can't I sell this? Not enough goods? You're right, there are not enough. Holy cripesicle. Okay, so this is brutal. Okay, so we do need to start getting our butts in some serious gear. And like immediately. Because while this triggers the end of the season and we don't really have to worry about that particular issue, what we do need to be concerned about is every year a plague increases all of the stuff. So that's pretty brutal. That is pretty brutal. In Plague of Darkness, Storm Season's 100% longer. Now, admittedly, we just buffed our guys up, which is awesome. Unfortunately, we now get the tier 3 every single time, which means during the season, the Storm Season, production is reduced significantly. We did get some, I don't know, I mean, this would be really, really good for us. Yeah, actually, let's do that. I think Tool Shop is going to give us our best supply of tools. We're going to go with the Tool Shop. I think that's a pretty obvious one for us, and it'll have some super good benefits. We're going to get our boyos into here. They're going to make packs of crops, correct? Yeah, I think so. Because that's what I need. Am I wrong? We need packs of crops. Yep, so we're doing packs of crops. We're also doing packs of provisions, which we can make tons of there. Now, we don't have clearance water. These guys are working on it. We have storm water here, which we can afford as well. Then we also have our cornerstone, which this is the epic cornerstones for completing the ancient seal. 2 to vegetable production would be awesome. Herb and root production is increased. Newcomers arrive 25% quicker. I think veggie production is... But we do produce vegetables, correct? Okay, so we actually do have 2 places that produce veggies, which is good. So yeah, I feel like that veggie production would be good. There's lots of stuff that we can use vegetables for. And then here, go and get 1 person in this. That'll help as well. Our herbalist camp, okay, good. We do have 1 over here. Beaver's Resolve is hitting that low point because they don't actually have a lot of the beaver houses like everyone else has their own stuff. So if we were to build a handful of those, I think that would be beneficial for our beavers. Nice. And then what do we have here? Oof. That's just not super helpful for us. But we'll rock with it because we kind of have to. But you'll notice, especially once we get Clothier, I think everyone will be really right as rain. It's just a matter of employing all of these people. That's the kicker with all of it. Because we don't have a ton of people to work with. You're going to go here. We're going to switch you out with a harpy because we can specialize you. And we're going to do that. With the water pipe, it's probably going to be good. We just have to be able to build it first. All right, so Beaver Scout did leave, which really sucks because that increases 2 Blightroot cysts automatically. That's a bit of a bummer. I am like legitimately bummed about that, but that's okay. We're going to start getting in good with some of these folk because we're kind of in desperation. We are in desperation mode 100%. We got some new people. We're going to have to stop bringing in people. We don't want to get to level 5. So this may be our last group of people overall, simply because we don't have the ability to take on a ton of people. But we are going to go ahead and get our beavers rolling. We're going to make them consume water. And then these guys will consume clearance water, which unfortunately we don't have. All right, we need to find more farm fields. I didn't realize we didn't have enough. So it does look like we're going to creep on into this area. We're going to move this guy out of the way. And we're going to move this guy into the way. There we go. All right, so we did lose a harpy as well, which means we now have 4 blight root cysts, or 3. Okay, cool. We got that taken care of. What we need is something that reduces hostility. Can we get anything that does that? Every glade, that's going to be probably our best way. Housing for 1 more villager, I don't feel like that's good. We're actually going to roll with this one. Impatience grows 30% slower. You can see we're kind of getting impatience a little bit up there, and I don't like it. It's a little bit scary. So instead, we're going to focus on other things and push them to different heights. Nice. Okay, so that's not obtainable. I really don't want to put these guys here, but maybe we'll have to do that. All right, so we only have 1 set of supplies left. We have 2 bells left, which none of these are really super great. We kind of have to see how it works. But we're going to go ahead and move this into our, I guess it doesn't have to be in our settlement, but it does give us 10 clearance water a second, or a minute, so that's really nice. And then we're going to get storm water as well. All right, we don't have the ability to send to the Citadel, which is a big bummer. We kind of really need that. And we're going to try and work on our standing level, for sure, amongst the other things that we really, really need to do. We need more farm fields. We need a lot more clearance water used. We can push our harpies into here to make coats. And a trader has arrived. Overall, nothing too great. We're making our pies. Those are satisfying everyone. We're making our biscuits, and that's satisfying everyone. We have plenty of flour. We're working on planks. That's not really anything that's in my control. We're working on fabric. An herb garden would be really good, though. I say we roll with the herb garden, and we could plant crops 25% faster. That might help boost production, as it were. All right, we're at level 2. What's the standing level thing? Over here. Reach level 2 with 3 settlements. So if we go with Masheville, that's not really going to help us. Baron is just now at level 1. Let's go ahead and send that to them, and maybe they'll be good there. Hello. But as for this place, I think we're done here. There's really not any benefits to doing anything. He doesn't have jerky, which is something that we would normally need. That would be beneficial towards building all this stuff. We do need packs of building materials. We have plenty of that stuff for it. We can also boost production here, make things go a little bit faster and a little bit better. And these guys are going to work their butts off here. All right, very nice. Okay, so we can actually do this. Very awesome. I would love the bundles of coats, but it looks like we're already working on that, and those guys are going to get boosted. We can get our farm fields. I just upped our pact of crops limit to 25. It was currently at 10, which is why there's only 10 of them. And that's all well and good. I'm trying to figure out exactly what else we need to be doing in the meantime. We need jerky fulfilled, so maybe we could start working on jerky. These guys are starting to really utilize those coats. Let's get a small hearth going over here, which goes right with our typical warehouse that we like to build in combo and sync, because we need an additional boost to global resolve, but we also need a place for all of our harp. We can work on that as well, because we need 8 harpy houses to fulfill that one spot, but they also just need more houses in general. To be honest, so do the beavers. Definitely. Right, we got our pack of building materials, which is great. That's going to give us our big boost here. The forum is probably going to be the best place. Luxury and treatment doesn't do much. If we do, we would go with the forum. We also got another reputation bonus. Oh, snap. A cooperage isn't super beneficial. Clay pit would be. Gives us clay and reeds. Acts of trade goods. Oil and incense. Oil would be good to increase our production of goods. Let's go ahead and get a scribe, though. I don't know that we'll utilize those. We do have another thing here. Complete 4 trade routes worth at least 9. Rebuild or salvage 2 destroyed buildings, and complete 1 event by making the decision of corruption. Nah, we're going to go with profitable trade. Speaking of profitable trade, we have 2 out of our 3 standing levels, so we need to work with Baron Baron is very easy to work with. We're gonna sacrifice 8 of those for 20 goods, and that should put us over the edge for them. We're gonna work with Masheville again anyways. And then pies over at, well, we might as well use and boost up Baron once more. All right, and then basically what we're doing here is we're trying to provide benefits for our people. We have Runar Brightclaw. There we go. Reduce things by 50. That gives us a really good boost. We can really use. We could really use that. We need 10. What could we trade? I really don't want to trade our ancient tablets. I just really don't. We're working on our packs of crops, so I don't want to do that either. There we go. That's going to give us this. Light fighters move 25% quicker. They'll be able to conquer all of these Blightroot cysts much more effectively. Be able to go a lot faster as well. And we could actually build a hydrant over in the sectors that might be causing issues. That way they could start working a little bit more. All right, cool. Well, thank you, little trader. I appreciate it. And then as for wood, we do need some more wood. We're just almost at this level. I'm just so terrified of this. Now they do have services. Oh no, they don't have services. These are the services. Oh crap, and I used up all my wildfire essence. I made an uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen. I made a big, but once again, we can start pushing our other caches and start gaining more reputation with the queen. Now remember, getting all the way up here doesn't actually win the game. We have to get the ancient seal done. I'm essentially just trying to prevent the queen's impatience from getting by. All right. Plague of blindness. When they lost their sight, they lost all hope. All villagers move 50% slower, 50% chance of destroying a yield. That is a big bungalow of mess. 100%. And then we're already getting reduced down to that. So what can we do with a field kitchen? I don't like using a field kitchen because it is hyper inefficient. But I'm kind of left without a choice. We could have fulfilled this earlier as well. Does he like porridge too? No one likes porridge, so we're not doing that. Pickled goods is definitely a thing that is loved. So we can do pickled goods, and biscuits just require too much. All right, cool. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna see if I can manage without these guys. I think it's a little bit of a detriment to us at the moment. We got agriculture done though, awesome, which means that we don't need this anymore. That can go down to 10. Trade route, Beaver's resolve, everyone's resolve is low. But we could start working on fulfilling our trade routes. They're already cutting things down to size. We're okay. We're definitely okay on that front. Yeah, we're definitely gonna hit the level 5 hostility. So we are gonna have to start worrying about services. We're gonna have to hit services. And it's gonna have to remain a thing that we do throughout the rest of this. All royal trade routes are 40% faster. Crystallized dew and no. 2 to grain or vegetable production. I think I'd rather take grain per minute. What do we have as a raw resource? Yeah, I think we're definitely going to go after grains. That makes the most sense. So 3 grain per minute will be very helpful for us. They're going to build that, which means we now also need to do scroll production. Then those guys here, we're going to focus on jerky first, because we actually do need jerky fulfilled. So that would be super beneficial. Grills and skewers, druid huts. We have all that stuff already. Cooperage, a market would actually be good. It really wouldn't though. I'm gonna go one more reroll. Here's the clan hall. This is what we really do need. So it looks like it's unavoidable. We're gonna roll with a diverse group. And then we need to give these guys, yeah, we're running really low on wood. So I think we're gonna have to switch to avoid glades at sec marked and roll with that. Now we have Doulahan, Warlander, who is a hooded traveler. Now this guy's really good because typically by this point, we're in the stage of life where we can open up all of these and be super duper happy. We're gonna work on this and get some epic perks instead. Overall, that's a really good one. We just don't have the resources to really benefit. And then the reason we just don't have goods. That's just what it is. And we have, our routes are already in the whatevers. But I don't know how long the Golden Blood's been here, but we now have our step 2. Our step 3. We need to have 40 tools, 25 pipes and parts, or the need for complex food fulfilled and services fulfilled. That's something that's probably super obtainable for us. Or deliver 80 amber. So we can do that. We're going to slap a couple of people in here. Chance of producing double yields is increased by 50%, or 15%, excuse me. And we have scrolls and we have ale. So that's going to satisfy us a lot. And that should actually get the services fulfilled really quick. We also get an epic cornerstone, so that's awesome. None of these are very beneficial. Getting 12 amber for every 50 ale produced. Hearts burns 5% longer every impatience point you have. Oh, that's a different one. Traders will arrive 25% quicker. I would rather trade routes be done faster. With provisions, haulers don't have to return. Breaks for haulers. Yeah, we don't have haulers. Gain 1 lizard for every 25 eggs produced. Why not? Like, that's not super awesome for us, but it is what it is. We just need services fulfilled, which means that we need to focus our trade route production on purchasing goods, because I'm tired of making things and I don't know how super beneficial it is. Let's look here. What does a scribe take? Okay, so we actually do have some wine. We have plenty of no, I actually want to limit that. Okay, so a scribe would work. We're gonna do that there. A water skin, we don't need to do water skin. They do scrolls here. Well, hold the phone. Let's just increase that. Do that there. Do that there. We don't need the scribe. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that those stay fulfilled. We have our guy that we can't really do anything with, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think we'll be good. We're making progress. We're making good progress. That isn't too scary or too crazy. And then we're just gonna have to deal with the consequences of hostility. Like, that's just what it's gonna have to be. Our housing for our lizards is not great. We need 5 of them. That is a lot. That is a lot, and we're out of wood. Son of a biscuit. Okay, we're gonna have to, yep, we're just gonna have to dive all into it. Sweet, the queen's feathers are already working. Come on, boyos. No, what happened? Oh, someone went underneath. We were at the 1 second mark. Gotta be flipping, flapping, kidding me, Smalls. Yep, we're already losing it. They consume that really fast. We just got a really unfortunate hit. Dang it. All right, well, let's go with that there. Yeah, we're getting multiple trade routes, which will be fine. We'll complete profitable trade. Oh, my word. Okay, well, they're gonna work on they're making coats as fast as they can. We're going to boost the resolve of everyone who's working in all of our buildings, because we're gonna need that resolve once we get smacked in the face by everything that's going on. Stonecutter no longer has stuff, but we have lots of stuff right here for him. That marrow is gonna be good. And then I guess we could focus on, I don't think we can make ale. Oh, the scribe makes ale. Okay, so we do need a scribe after all. Our trapper's camp has no deposits, which isn't a big deal. We got some right here. Looks like we got some global resolve bonuses here, which we can make some jerky. Yeah, jerky is, I think, what we want to go with. Since it's unlikely we're going to get something over there. Nice, profitable trade. That works for us. We got more trade options to roll with. We don't have packs of provisions. That is unfortunate. All right, so it's looking like things are switching up already. Right there, look at that. Crystal feathers. We can do that. We got 80 gold. We have 1 more area left, everybody. Holy crap. Okay, so we need to deliver 6 ancient tablets, complete 2 forbidden glade events. We need to try and get our beavers resolve, and lizards, and our harpies resolve, all 3 of those at the same time, or use any units of rainwater and burn 35 cysts. Okay, this is going to take a lot for us, but I think we got it. We're going to roll with herb and root productions increased by 1 for every 75 biscuits produced, and we're going to have to start going into some forbidden glade events. Just terrifying, but we got to do it. We need 2 of them. I think that's probably our quickest route, and at this point, we're not concerned with trying to keep things under any sort of format, so we're gonna roll with it and try and create as much chaos as we can. We're already close. It's just not close enough. Cut through the forest to discover 2 forbidden glades. We're gonna do that. Yeah, I think we're oh, but no, this gets us our wildfire essence, which would give us more. Yep, we're gonna do, well, it wouldn't give us more, but we're gonna do that for the wildfire essence, which means we need a lot of clearance water. So we need a lot of clearance water, and we need the ability to make ale, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so clearance water. If you're using clearance water, I'm sorry. We're reducing, yeah, we're stopping the production of it. Not make a hydrant. Goodness, I lost my train of thought. We need to make a clearance. I don't know how to increase the clearance, whatever. Looks like we need to find a clearance geyser is basically what we have to do. It's fine, we can totally do that. I just think it's gonna require cutting into stuff that we don't wanna cut into. All right, so what is this? 50% chance of consuming double the food. Bring it on. Bring it on, mother truckers. And then fuel in the settlement's warehouse disappearing at a rate of 2 units per 10 seconds. That sucks. That sucks a lot. But we got our guys rolling and rocking. They're just killing it with all the things. And our resolve is so high that it's not causing any other issues across the board, which is fantastic. Yeah, we got this. All right, we made it through. What's our cornerstone look like? All houses have room for 1 more villager. I think that's great. Fulfilling the need for brawling grants an additional +5 to global resolve. Unfortunately, that only affects the lizardmen, so that's not worth it to me. Increase yields by 100% on all buildings that utilize fertile soil. But we lose all raw, no, that's gain 20 coal for every 3 burned. We're gonna go all houses have 1, that's fine, because we may actually bring on some. All right, Vliss Greybone, Lord Keeper of the Vanguard of the Stolen Keys. That's a long sentence. We could definitely benefit from the pickled jars. Time resting is reduced by 30%. That's really good as well. But we have ale. We can do that. We're good there. We could fulfill brawling. Dadgummit. We're definitely going to do that for sure. I feel like we probably need... we probably don't need any more pipes. Or at least we could wait for other buildings to utilize it. We're good on planks. We're good on fabric. We don't need tea. The smokehouse could use incense. Okay, well then let's get some incense. Okay, that's fine. We're going to boost all of this up. I don't really want to use my tools. We might have to. And I guess no one's going to take those ancient tablets. So we're going to do that. That's going to be beneficial. That may get us to the point where... Oh, I forgot we needed that. That's fine. We're not going to use that anyways. Yeah, we're trying to boost people up as much as humanly possible. And then we need 4 more harpy houses. We're almost there with the clearance water. Clearance water used. We need to just increase our clearance water in total. But for that, I think we need to break into a glade that may have that geyser pump to it. We don't need anyone. I'm just going to say that right now. We don't need anyone. And instead, we're also going to push into an herb garden situation here. There's the herb garden. Awesome. Can we get people into here? We can. But we don't have any meat to make... Oh, we don't have any meat. Do I have another place for a trapper's camp? Yeah, it's not meat, but it'll do. I think we'll be okay. Trade routes are complete. We're doing great. We just need to punch into things. All right. Forbidden Glade event. Fishmen aren't usually a threat, but they can be a real nuisance. So, in 13 minutes, villagers have a 25% of death after eating. Holy crap. So we need to hunt these guys down. Cooked and raw food disappears at a rate of 6 items every 10 seconds. Or, no, we can't do that. It has to be this. Okay. Well, work with all haste, lest we be caught out in the open with our pants down. In the meantime, I could push that. Oh, or we could get one of these. This gets us chests of ancient tablets. Yeah, %. And this would give us a lot of stuff as well. Okay, so that's actually pretty decent overall. Why aren't these guys doing hardly anything? What is their negative of hitting them so hard? Okay, it does look like it's boosting up. All right, we are kind of getting a little more min-maxy there, which is awesome. It's just like, why weren't you doing it sooner? We'll be good on those fronts. I think we're okay. Man alive, we got to get this rolling. Trapper's camp doesn't have any more stuff. There's some stuff for you right there. So the issue is that our harpies aren't doing well enough. And our lizardmen just aren't getting up there high enough either. Again, unfortunately, we just don't have enough meat because I think our meat's being consumed elsewhere. But I need those meats to be consumed elsewhere. So it's kind of a catch-22. And we're just going to go ahead and start using that because we need to get our power of clearance done. And I'm going to try and bunch over here. So we do need, what do we need? 2 Forbidden Glade events. So where's our other Forbidden? It's all the way over there. If we cut into that, there's another one. Are there none over here? Oh, there's one right there. Perfect. Let's cut into that. And we're actually going to punch these guys over here. We got people. Yep, let's go ahead and house them. We're going to roll with these guys because I need some people to work this. Scrolls, not so much. Oh, nice. They make ale. Oh, perfect. And then they also do make tools, which we can totally utilize. We need to start selling our tools. We need to start being okay with selling our tools because we're making loads of. All right, they're working on that. That'll help us a whole heckin' lot. And we don't have anyone else. We're kind of just chilling. We got the power of clearance. So we no longer need to worry about orders. We're okay. We don't have to do all this stuff. That's fine. We just need to work on burning Blightroot cysts or getting tablets, fulfilling ancient dangerous glade events and things of that nature. That is our primary concern at the moment. Xandi Stormfeather has stuff for us. +3 to fabric, +3 to jerky production, +3 to ale production. That's what we need. 100%. That's what's going to help us. We could get some meat. I am going to go ahead and purchase a bunch of meat and berries. This is kind of one of those, oh, I have to have the money for it. And I don't need to sell that. Yeah, we don't have the money for it, nor do we have anything really worth trading in terms of being valuable. So our trade routes haven't been super profitable this run, which is very, very unfortunate. Really sure why. Oh, and they need, that's why we haven't been making much pie. I gotcha. And now we'll work on some herbs in the future as well. All right, I see where this is going. It is a bit unfortunate, but we'll be all right. Good water. The rainwater's become contaminated, so machinery is now even more hazardous. Using rainwater in rain engines generates blight cysts. That's perfect, actually. We want that because we're trying to burn a heckin' lot of this stuff. What have we got? 11 of them. Let's give some extra help. That is a little bit terrifying, but I think we're gonna punch them back so much that it's not gonna have an issue. And you guys really need to focus on this, please, and thank you. It'll be a race to see who does but we only need to do one last thing and we've got it. So we're really stinking close. Like, I think we're a lot closer than I'm giving myself credit for. But we still have some caution. Because this forbidden essence was tackling things in quick succession. I didn't remember that. So it's a little bit of a bummer. All right, so we did kind of get hit pretty rough. I mean, that's a lot. That's a huge debuff that we have to deal with. But we made it through, and we're okay. Scouts work 10% faster on glade events for every firekeeper. Newcomers arrive. No, we don't need that. All trade routes are faster by 40%. That's what we need. That's the big kicker right now. Nice. All right, we got people being fulfilled by leisure and not so much by education. Yeah, we kind of need that a little bit. All right, but here we go. Our dangerous glade. We can capture him. Every 10 complex food, clothing, or services need to be filled. Every time 2 random villagers are killed. Oh. Yeah, no. Hostilities increase by 150 for every scout in your settlement. I don't want to kill off all of my villagers. All negative forest mysteries require a higher level. Oh, that's awesome. Callers carry 5 more. We're at level 4. Oh, sweet mercy. Okay. Well, we only have a little bit left to go on that one. So hostility should drop, but other negatives is at 400. My word. So we are going to lose a couple of villagers, but it's not going to be as bad as it could be. Holy Moses, that's bonkers. All right, we'll be fine. We'll be okay. Though that's super duper rough, but we'll be okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep him high. That way they work on that. Now, unfortunately, I should not have sold that tablet. If we hadn't have sold that tablet, we would be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So I'm a little bit miffed at myself for doing that. Long run, it was not worth it. But maybe we can find in the next 16 minutes, you know, another tablet. That would be ideal. We also have another trader, Sir Renwald Redmane. All right, what you got for us? Grain production is increased by 1. Global food production, let's go ahead and roll with that. Traders will arrive 15. Villagers move faster. Yeah, we could do that. Let's go ahead and get our wildfire essence. That's what we need. We can go ahead and get our jerky. We have jerky and pie. Skewers would help. We have lots of sea marrow. We don't need to worry about sea marrow. And in fact, I could use my tools to help fulfill this. I actually don't want to do that because there's a chance that I may be able to utilize them. Let's go ahead and get our biscuits rolling. I'm just going to stock up. Why not? We have lots of ale. Let's go ahead and push that. There we go. So that should help boost these guys up to get through one last season, assuming it's even an issue. Nothing there. Ah, dang it. Yeah, we're gonna wait. At least we'll be able to, you know, get that forbidden stuff done. How many blight root cysts do we have is the real question. We have 8. Okay, we'll be able to we need 11. We'll be good. We'll be good. Okay. I'm pleased with how this is going to turn out. We're about to win. Well, I say about to. We'll win here in just a tiny little bit. Yeah, it stinks that we weren't able to get those stuff done, but it is what it is. We're going to have 2 firekeepers. Need to transport some people over here to get a +2 to global resolve. Nice. That's going to help a decent bit. Small herbalist camp. That's okay. I got you covered, yo. No worries at all. Here in a minute and a half, we'll be done with that one. But yes, as you can see, we got our rainwater well enough. We got 9 there. Does that also go into here? No, it doesn't. Okay, cool. Good. Now, we could do an increase to global production speed, but at this point, I'm not really sure I'm going to worry about it. What I really just need is I need them to finish this, so this. And then regarding our makeshift, we need our bricks. We need lots of bricks. I'm not going to bring in any more people either, because that's just not beneficial. And instead, yeah, we're good. We're good. I think we're just going to chill here. I'm going to remove that, get a little bit of extra wood bonus. What are we going to do here? Just so we can be done with it. That would be beneficial, but I think overall we're all right. Didn't get as much, you know, of a boost over here as I would like. We're probably actually going to get hit really hard by this storm season. But the point is we have 11 here. As soon as we get that done, we win. So we're going to, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this guy here. We're going to build another blight post. We're going to increase our limit. I don't want to bring in more people. As you can see, these guys aren't really doing anything. These guys aren't doing anything. So I have the population and people to do that. And we just busted into here. Nothing. Nothing at all. I won't say nothing, but that's okay. The ancient tablets aren't going to happen, but what can happen is we can bring everyone in, and we can hopefully kill off all the blight rot super fast and efficiently. We're going to see. We're going to see. Everything's going to pop open. It's going to be nasty and ugly. Sweet Mary Mother, that's a lot of hits. That is a lot of hits. Well, let's just stop felling trees. You got it. You got it. Oh no, the storm season's actually reduced. That's right. We actually get through the storm season faster, so we're probably not going to be able to get to it. Son of a biscuit. We're going to have like 1 left, aren't we? Yeah, they're not going to get to it in time. Or will they? Or will they? Can we do it? I think we can. We certainly can. We certainly can. And we just did it. Nice. Very cool. All right, well, we just beat the gold seal. We beat the gold seal. We're going to go ahead and see the storm real quick. Look at that, though. Gorgeous. I love it. In the cycle, we get lots of rewards. We got lots of rewards. We're going to go ahead and end it. And an entirely new map awaits us. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of our series with Against the Storm. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for hanging out and participating. If you want to support the channel, do all the things. Thank you so much to our patrons. This is Havoc. Join the blast with it is Against the Storm. I'm out of here.